Hi friends, your buddy Gilbert here with a very special video today. Doing this a little bit differently, I'm going to get right into it. We are celebrating, and when I say we, I mean the world, but especially us lambs. We are celebrating the 25th anniversary of Mariah Carey's album Butterfly, which, for those of you that know me very well, outside of her holiday work, it's my favorite studio album by Mariah Carey. The entire album is phenomenal. The title track is... I have so much emotions to it. I'm gonna try to hold it together. We're going to be reacting to her performing this live on David Letterman in 1997. This was released on her official channel. So we're gonna get right into it. I'm gonna do commentary throughout it. I'm gonna do it a little bit differently this time because I need to release it right away. I don't wanna get copyright strikes because then I may not be able to release this right now and I wanna celebrate it now. So let's get right into it. Mariah Carey and CELINE, there's a few other singers that do this, but the way that Mariah Carey does this, it's so signature, it's so iconic when she begins vocalizing in the beginning of her songs as the song is starting and coming in through her hum, through her nose, through her just everything that emotes. She really knows how to just kind of grab you in right away. And her head voice and her falsetto is just one of the most beautiful in the entire music industry. It's like you're floating on clouds, right? I mean, just that sound, it's like the gates of heaven are opening up. And she's ushering us in because she's about to tell a very emotional kind of story. It's a narrative. And we're gonna talk about the lyrics here in a minute too, and what she was going through during this time.
When you love someone so deeply, they become your life.
Been there.
It's easy to succumb to overwhelming fears inside.
Her breath control right now is impeccable. We just think, oh, she whisper sings, right? There's so much to that style because it's all about air control. And she is a master of knowing how much air to use and also hold, because it takes a lot of air to produce this sound, and yet it's still so precise. Everything that her voice is doing is on purpose. It's amazing to listen to.
Blindly I imagined I could keep you under glass. Now I understand, to hold you I must open up my hands and watch you.
Hold on, I'm so sorry. I hate that I have to do this, but blindly I imagined I could keep you under glass. Now I understand the only way to hold you is to, wait, what is it? It's weird to talk about this. Basically, the idea is to hold somebody captive is not the way to let them, to love them. We want to protect the things that we love, right? But in order for them to really survive and really thrive and even be the best version of themselves, we have to let them go. I mean, it sounds like duh, but it's so interesting how we don't do that in our relationships. And I've always wondered, during this part of the song, because of course Mariah wrote it, and here's what she was going through. She was going through her separation, which would become her divorce from Tommy Mottola. In an interview with the magazine called Interview, she had said that she was planning on returning to the marriage, but that didn't happen because obviously they're divorced, and it was in Mariah's confession, one of the best things that's ever happened to her because she was so miserable in that marriage. She's been very vocal about it. If you were to return to me, then we truly were meant to be. You ever heard that saying, if you really love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's meant to be. That's kind of what she's saying.
So spread your wings and fly, but fly. I have learned that beauty has to finishing the line.
Do you notice how she goes in and out of her full voice and then her falsetto-y head mix? This is something that's very specific to Mariah. If you listen to the song Through the Rain, she does that a lot as well. It's like very, almost a belt, and then she pulls back to the whisper, and then belt and pulls back to the whisper. I mean, it's within the fraction of a second. I mean, her register is so flexible. I don't really know any other singer that can do that, that can go from full voice back into that soft, airy, dreamy. I mean, the fraction of a second, sometimes on the same note. It is nuts.
Wild horses run on bridle, all their spirit dies. You have given me
That's Walter
the
in the background.
courage to be all that I can, and I truly feel your heart will lead you back to me when you're ready to live.
Okay. She's not changing, but she's modifying the melody just a little bit. But that's the mark of a true singer. You know, and anybody that knows Mariah knows that she struggles with live performing, and it's because Tommy Mottola did a number on her confidence. Now, we as fans don't understand why, because clearly she's amazing. Her pitch is perfect. You know, she's making all of her notes. I feel like that's what a singer knows. If you don't feel confident in projecting, then you're going to hold it back. But because you have to go to a different note, then maybe you'll go to the harmony of that note. You'll do it a step down instead of going a step up. Or you might go up on a later note to make up for that so that you're still giving dynamics to the performance. And this is all happening in the fraction of a second. It's her ear, it's her musicality just flowing out. And I don't know that people know that enough about great true singers and vocalists, is that if you have to take a little shortcut here or adjust or change something to keep dynamics, you have to reach into your reserves right away and pull out other things. And sometimes those things that you do are better than the record. And that's kind of what happens with Mariah Carey. When she's singing live, she'll give us things that she didn't do on the record. And your mind is just like, woman, how did you understand to do that quickly? You're nuts. Are you human? That is talent beyond that can never be taught. That's just gift.
That's
nuts.
to the sun and to the shade to the night. We truly
I can't with her. Don't you feel like you're on a cloud? I'm on this cloud, Mariah.
spread your wings, butterfly.
Here we go.
Pretend there's tears on overflow instead of leaking.
I like that. See how she and this is the thing that she works out with her background singers. When it's prearranged that she's going to step back, because that's just a lot. She's moving a lot of air, right? And in the studio, she's able to just give it all out and then take her deep breath and recover. And then when they play it back, she's ready to go. So as soon as it's finished with the playback, then she can come in again with another huge breath. You can't do that when you're live because, you know, you don't have all of that time to recover. So she leans on her background singers, and they obviously don't have the tone that she does, but they're helping her get through the song. And I love that she's taking her time with it. I love that she's resting on knowing my background singer is going to come in right now. I can take this moment because I got to give it on the next line.
Prevent this hurt from almost overtaking me.
Sing, Mariah. Record who? Wow. Okay, do you hear those background singers come up? I wish they wouldn't. I mean, they're great. They're beautiful, but Mariah is fully singing right now. And I really wanted to hear all of her, or at least like lower their volume a little bit. But I did appreciate that full sound because that's not on the record, right? That's in the record, it's just her. But here we're getting that full sound, almost like a choir coming in. Sounds really good, but here she's about to go.
Until you know the way it feels to fly your wings and prepare to fly.
Okay, I don't know why she pulled back so far. You'll see some, Christina Aguilera does that a lot. So a lot of singers will do that a lot. It's when you're not, because you want to watch volume, right? You don't want to distort the microphone and give too much power and resonance. And then also sometimes it might be a little bit of, am I going to hit this right? Because if I'm not going to hit this right, it's better the mic's a little bit farther away from me. But she was right on. So she did not, she did it kind of like, here we go. Oh snap. Okay, hold on. I'm in the pocket right now. She sounded amazing. And then this is the famous elongated note going into trill, right? That one of the two that make Butterfly such a powerful ballad, and it's one of its signatures. But then of course then comes in the background singer to cover for her. And the background singer, as lambs will know, someone singing the wrong note. It's a little bit out of tune. And if this is the performance I think it is, Mariah's about to look off to the side. And this is what started all of the memes. I don't know. People say, no, she's not being shady. You know, she was just in the moment. You be the judge. I'm not going to say, you know, that she was checking somebody being like, you about to lose your job, or somebody singing the wrong note. But I just have to point it out that this is one of the faces where a lot of memes were born. Memes. Girl, we're gonna talk later. Sing, Mariah. Okay, again, she did not do that in the record. That was crazy. That was nuts. That run, the way she ended Butterfly, absolutely on the spot, improv, freaking brilliant, Mariah Carey.
So flutter through the sky. Butterfly,
Look at Walter. Now, if y'all know the history, this is Walter, and I can never pronounce his last name, Alpha or something. I'm so sorry, Walter. I'm just gonna call him Walter A. Some people call him that. Mariah's long-time writing partner. They wrote songs together, both lyrically and, of course, he did melodically. They would play off of each other. And he was a producer of hers, and they were really good friends for a really long time. And he is also very much responsible for the song All I Want for Christmas Is You. And yet they had the falling out. And, I mean, we don't know all of the specifics. Some people say it was because, actually, I don't want to get into the gossip reel. You just have to read her memoir, and you have to just watch the interviews on your own. Maybe in private we can talk about it, and I can share about it. I don't want this to be like a gossipy, you know, thing on my channel. I just want to be positive right now and just love, I love them together. I know a lot of you both do. A lot of you watching this do love them both together, right? I'm just having my emotions, but here we are in the last part of the song.
spread your wings and fly, butterfly.
Oh, Mariah Carey. Okay, why, Mariah, why? I know why. Y'all know what I'm going to say, right? Mariah, why would you ever have any confidence issues when you sound like that? I mean, her voice is just something else. Her voice is supernatural. Y'all know that I love me some Mariah Carey. When I was 13, I felt like the heavens were opening up, and this is what God's angels sound like. I've been a lamb for many years. And so when I knew that we were going to be celebrating Butterfly, I remember when this album came out. I remember, you know, being a teenager. I'm dating myself here. I was a teenager in 1997. And it was at the end of summer. when we had summers, when I grew up, we didn't do this stuff that y'all are doing in school now, where you guys, you know, basically have a month and a half of summer. We had 3 full months of summer. So we didn't get back to school till like mid-September, which was around the time when this came out. And then of course, like the next summer, it was still like in my rotation. So I've had a couple of summers with this album that were just like etched in my mind. Sleepovers at my friend's house. We would make the music videos. It was everything. Breakdown, that video. Don't even get me started. Whenever You Call, Honey, Close Eyes, The Roof, 4th of July, The Beautiful Ones with Drew Hill. Don't even get me started. Don't get me started, right? And I'm going through all the tracks. I love, love, love this album. And Butterfly was, for me, a testament of a relationship that I was in, where I was holding somebody under glass. And so I can really relate to this song, and I feel for Mariah, because I think that, I mean, I don't think she's ever denied this, but I know she loved Tommy. That was the hard thing for her. She wanted the marriage to work. She did. She worked on the marriage. And when I hear this song back, I'm like, Mariah, whose perspective are you writing this from? Did you feel like you needed to let Tommy go? Did you feel like you were kept under glass? Because even though I know that that's a big part of, right, the narrative of how she talks about her life in the memoir, sometimes I wonder if she wanted to keep him in their own little world. I mean, you listen to the song Side Effects, you know, the secret little hell they built is what she calls it. But she loved him. And so even when things are toxic, you can still have a lot of love for the person. And maybe she didn't want to let him go, but, you know, it's probably more, then it does lend itself to the fact that she's writing from his perspective of her being the butterfly, and he wanted to keep her under glass. But, you know, if he would have released her, maybe that's what that message is. Like, Tommy, if you just would have let me be me, if you just would have let me be free and not kept me under glass, maybe I would have stayed, and maybe I would have been happy, and I would have loved you for life. Yeah, Mariah gets very versatile, vulnerable, and very personal with us. It's one of the greatest things about being one of her fans. I could talk about this forever, but I thank you for staying with me to watch this performance. I'm so sorry for the constant pausing, but again, trying to avoid the copyright thing and making sure that this is out right after I film it. So thank you for sticking around with me. I love you. If you want to see more reactions, I have a bunch of Mariah Carey reactions on here. I do movie reviews and reactions to other vocals, other performers, other amazing singers. So you can check those out. Please smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, drop me a comment. Are you a lamb? Are you a Mariah fan? Are you celebrating the anniversary of this amazing album? What's your favorite song from the album? Let's talk and let's be friends. I love you. God bless you. And I will see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye.